What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. Welcome to my non-spoiler review for the latest film to star Tom Cruise, the sequel to Jack Reacher, which is simply titled Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. So in this review, I'm going to be giving you guys my pros, cons, and final score, telling you whether or not you should go check this out in theaters, wait for rental, or maybe just never see this movie at all. Real quick fun fact. Now, I have never seen the original Jack Reacher from a few years ago. I'm not the biggest Tom Cruise fan. I do watch the Mission Impossible films. I thoroughly enjoy them, the recent ones. But the last film that Tom Cruise really liked, shock and awe, and I was amazed by, and I loved it, is The Edge of Tomorrow. Now, I saw this film about 2 weeks ago, and I am sorry that it took me this long to actually make a review and get it up for you guys. But what I'm about to say is going to sound a little weird, so bear with me. When I watched this film in the theater, of course, it was early morning, everyone's in school, and I'm there with these senior citizens, and I'm all old and rigged and sitting on the chair. I like sitting with the senior citizens, better than all the teenagers and couples and shit on late night. Anyway, I'm enjoying myself, and I actually enjoyed the film. Like, I was entertained by the film. But then, after sleeping on it for a few days, I kind of realized to myself, like, this really wasn't a good film. Like, I was entertained by it. That's the thing. I was entertained by it. But it's not a good film whatsoever. Starting off the pros, the practical effects and set designs were fine. Now, Cobie Smulders is in this film, and she plays a major. And throughout the whole film, she is a badass. Now, I know what it looks like. It looks like I'm unprepared, unprofessional, but honestly, I've been trying to write this review for the past 2 weeks, and that's all I got for the pros. The practical effects, the set designs, Cobie Smulders, and that, yes, it was entertaining on the first view. And remember, earlier I said I wasn't a big fan of Tom Cruise. I never said that I hated Tom Cruise. I have no beef with Tom Cruise. Mostly in everything he does his run, he does this, he does that, he plays the guy that, barely gets hit, and he always gets away with everything, and he's always jumping and doing this and doing that. And basically, I could tell from the promos and from the first Jack Reacher that, he's not Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible. He's, a little bit more altered and different in the Jack Reacher films. He's not 100% Ethan Hunt. But still, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise in this film. What he usually does, I'm sorry, but it's predictable. It's very cliched. Who do you think is going to walk out on top, the villain or Jack Reacher? And I'm not saying who, but just use your mind when you go watch this film, or if you ever watch this film. What do you think is going to happen at the end? What do you think? It's predictable. It's cliched. I was not impressed by any of the villains in here. And while I was watching this movie, I noticed that about 70% of the film was basically from the trailers and promotions for Jack Reacher. The choreography isn't as impressive as, a John Wick style. Like I said, the action scenes are okay. They're still entertaining, just not as entertaining as, they could be. Plus, I apologize in advance, but this is kind of true. Since it's a Tom Cruise film, a lot of the stuff that goes on is very unrealistic. Now, I don't want to talk about this plot point for too long, but all I'll say is Jack Reacher, there's a possibility that he has a daughter. And I wasn't aware of this. I guess it wasn't, from what trailers I've seen, I wasn't aware of this storyline from what I know of. But it's pretty early on, and it's kind of like basically almost the main plot of the film, but it feels so forced in. It just weighs the movie down even more, and even the outcome and the final, it's stupid. I didn't like that storyline. I was thinking to myself, couldn't you have had this storyline for a Jack Reacher 3? Did you have to fit it in the second film? Great. And last but not least, this film is forgettable. There's a lot of slow moments that just fade away. And again, like I said earlier, the action was okay, nothing too ball-busting, but it doesn't stick with you. Now, if you paid attention, like I said in the beginning, it still was entertaining to me. For some reason, Yes, it's a messy film. It's predictable. It's cliched. The action doesn't stick with you. It's forgettable. The stupid daughter storyline. Colby Smulders is awesome in here, but yet her character's just like... The end of the film, it doesn't matter what happened. It's like, well, I just wasted, 2 hours? I think this film's 2 hours. I think it's literally 2 hours and 1 minute, something like that. I think it's around there. It could have been an hour and 30 minutes. It could have had a lot of stuff cut out. You didn't need the daughter storyline. You could have cut stuff out. It wasn't needed. A big chunk of it was, again, from the trailers. It was revealed in the promos, a bunch of stuff, except the daughter stuff. Okay, that was a chunk that wasn't revealed for me, that I see. But most of it, everything you saw was like, I saw this in the trailer. I saw this in this. I've seen this. I've seen this. I've seen this. You know, there's not much to reveal left behind the curtain. But somehow, in some way, it's still pretty fun to see Tom Cruise kick some ass. And while it's not the best Tom Cruise film that I've seen, I can kind of imagine Jack Reacher 1 being better, and I think Jai Courtney was the villain in Jack Reacher, and I'm thinking, yeah, Jai Courtney's way better than the villain in this film. Anyway, I'm going to give Jack Reacher Never Go Back a 4.7 out of a 10. Is Jack Reacher Never Go Back worth watching in theaters? No. Is it worth watching on rental? No. But when it's on TV one day, or it's on a streaming for free or anything like that, it's worth a watch. It's just worth a one watch. It's nothing that you're gonna watch again. It's not no real replay, value, rewatch value, review value. Is it a great film? No. Is it a good film? No. Is it an okay film? No. It's mediocre. It's just Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button. You can comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about Jack Reacher Never Go Back. Are you going to watch it? Have you seen it? What were your thoughts on it? Share this with your friends and hit that subscribe button for more awesome movie reviews every single week. Upcoming, The Accountant, Inferno, much more. Till next time, bye-bye.